In this video, guys, we're going to look at the Hindenburg Research, which alleges that Nikola Corporation, the guys that are doing the electric trucks, electric vehicles, is one big fraud. Let's have a look. Stay tuned. Hey guys, warm welcome to you. Alright, so Hindenburg Research put out this note 10th of September alleging that Nikola Corporation, which do electric vehicles, was one big fraud, and in fact, as in their words, intricate fraud built on dozens of lies over the course of its founder and executive chairman Trevor Milton's career. And they're basically firing shots at Trevor Milton. Right now, I know not to believe everything I read, even if it's presented in an articulate manner with supposed facts. It can still be incorrect. So I'm taking this with a pinch of salt, but I'm investigating, I'm looking at it from the perspective of, I'm interested to see what's going to happen with the stock. We'll look at the stock in a moment. But let's look at some of the allegations. The other thing I want to kind of point out, guys, is if you'd like to, there's a podcast called This Week in Startups, and I know that Trevor Milton was interviewed by the host Jason Calacanis, and some of the things that he said there were a little bit, let's say, sketchy. I didn't warm to the guy massively. Not that that matters. It's irrelevant when you're running a company whether you warm to the guy or not. I didn't particularly warm to him. Some of the things he said were a little bit of red flag. He talked about kind of getting a Robin Hood crowd into the stock, which was a bit odd. I thought, why would you want the Robin Hood crowd? And that's just short-term momentum, just to pump the stock up in the short term. Surely looking at a 5 or 10 year vision. But anyway, that's by the by. If you're interested and want to go and listen to it, go and check it out. Because it's This Week in Startups. All right. So some of the allegations are this. The allegation is that the whole thing is a false statement. It's a fraud. It's not the proprietary technology that he alleges. Nikola is saying basically that they've got this proprietary technology they've developed. They are putting it together. They're creating this electric truck, which is their kind of first thing to market, and now they've got other things coming up. And they're going to revolutionize the battery industry. They've got this hydrogen cell fuel technology, all sorts of stuff that they've claimed. Now, the allegation is that that's not true. The allegation is that they're just literally taking technology from others, bolting it together. They had a company to create the body of the truck. They've had this, they've had that. They're bolting it together and creating a truck, which you would expect doesn't make a great truck. It doesn't make a truck with the required range. It doesn't make a truck with the required anything required. I would suggest that probably isn't going to work. Why Tesla does so well is they develop their own stuff. They have proprietary technology. They have the best minds working on improving every little aspect of the vehicle, and they manufacture and produce a lot of their own technology, and they spend a lot of money, specifically, obviously, in the battery section. So now, the other thing is that this Hindenburg Research has a short position. So we have to appreciate that and take that with a pinch of salt as well. They have a short position. They are going to make a lot of money if Nikola does in fact plummet. And we'll look at the stock in a moment. But some of the major things that he said, alleged, which doesn't seem great on the face of it, but who knows if it's true. Basically, they're saying that, hey, Nikola was getting a lot of skepticism about the functionality of the truck, and they staged a video. They say, I'm just literally quoting from Hindenburg Research website, they staged a video which was the truck cruising along the road at a high rate of speed, and it was saying, hey, this is Nikola one in motion. But actually what they did allegedly was had the truck towed to the top of a hill, and then they just let it go roll down the hill, and then they adjusted the filming angle so it looked like it was going straight. That's pretty shady if that is true. Who knows if it's true or not. Some of the things Trevor Milton said, that we'd never said it was on its own steam, we just said it was moving. So you're now splitting hairs, and you just think, well, that seems a little bit misleading to me. Surely I would, if I saw a truck on a video going along horizontally, I'd expect it to be moving under its own power. So I would assume that the technology is working enough to get the prototype moving. Deceiving people isn't necessarily about saying something, it's about what you don't say. But hey, who knows if that's true or not. Anyway, there's lots of things here about the battery technology they said, and then they've kind of gone a bit quiet about different things. They're basically saying that they've done lots of things that they haven't done. And another couple of red flags, and go read it for yourself, guys. Check out hindenburgresearch.com. I think one of the big red flags is that Trevor Milton, who's now resigned by the way, and he's got some personal allegations against him which I won't go into. He's cashed out $70 million around the IPO, and he changed his share lockup from 1 year to 180 days. So basically, he's set to make money now. There's nothing wrong with people taking some chips off the table. I don't have an issue with that. I think the issue that people are having is that why would you do that when you haven't even got a product to market yet? This is literally something that's not sold one tiny product apart from stock. You've had no vehicle gone to market. I would have thought if you're the founder, then you would be all in until you got the product out there and started selling it. I don't think you'd want to take your chips off the table before you started to get some traction in sales. That's just me. I don't think you can hold it against him too much, but these are all things that add together, and you think, this isn't great. And a lot of the partners and backers have been cashing out as well. They kind of supposedly made a claim that they've got a deal with US Express, but in actual fact, it didn't seem to make sense of what they're saying. So there's lots of things here. And the big thing, I don't know if you guys know about Theranos, you may have done. Check out a book called Bad Blood if you haven't. That was this whole thing where Theranos had got partnerships with big brands. Nikola's got a partnership with GM, big brand. Theranos got a partnership with Walgreens, Safeway, etc. And they said that they had this little box which basically was a blood test, pinprick test that could identify all sorts of diseases and do certain screening. And it turned out to be complete fraud. Basically, nothing was going on in there. It didn't do anything as it said it was going to do. They bought off the shelf technologies, tried to make it work, but it was just all smoke and mirrors. And they fooled a lot of people. They fooled a lot of big brands. They fooled a lot of big investors. And Elizabeth Holmes is facing charges now. Is that the same as this? Who knows? That's what's alleged by Hindenburg Research. So go and check it out. Of course, Tesla is at the forefront of this electric vehicle revolution, and there's a lot of companies trying to catch up and trying to ride on the coattails. So you can understand why there's a lot of flurry of interest around these stocks. And if you've got someone who's a bit of a hype person, who's a bit of a can G things up a little bit, there is a fine line. I get it. As a founder, they want to say, hey, they want to sell the dream. They want to show people what they've got, what they're going to do. And it's a fine line between that and just complete lies and just outright deceiving people. And people have accused Elon Musk of doing certain things, but ultimately maybe he's been a little bit ambitious with his targets, but he's delivered and delivered and delivered consistently. And yes, that's up for argument. Some people who don't like Tesla may disagree, but the point is, take this with a pinch of salt. But let's look at what the stock did. So when the stock came out, it was trading around 20 billion market cap, so probably about $50. It then dropped, and it was around this time here, guys, about the 10th of September, it dropped, and it's trading now. The market cap is around, call it $10 billion. Now, this is where I think, okay, maybe there's not as much to the accusations as we think, because you would have thought, if that's true, and listen, I recognize that sometimes these things take a while to kind of seep through. Because people are skeptical. Like Hindenburg Research have got a short position, they're going to make money from the short. Is it going to be true or not? You would have expected it to, literally gone down by 90%. If a genuine article with all this stuff backed up, you'd have thought this company's now worth $1 billion max. Max is worth $1 billion, and it's still worth 10 billion. So the price hasn't responded in that much of a negative way, and it's kind of based out here, and it's it's not like it's trickling lower either. So who knows? I mean, is there something going on behind the scenes with the stock? I don't know. But it's one to watch, because ultimately, if that's correct, the Hindenburg Research, all the points there are correct, then this company is probably going bust. It's probably worthless. It's probably going to drift off into nothing. In which case, there's a short opportunity for you traders who believe that's the case. On the flip side of things, if you believe in the company, if you believe in Trevor Milton, if you believe in Nikola, if you believe in all the stuff that's been said and you think this is all nonsense by Hindenburg Research, then there's an opportunity here for you to buy at a discount. I'm inclined to probably err on the other side. I don't think I would be piling in short in stuff because it could spike up, and it's not really my technical trade, but I'm definitely going to be watching this. It's definitely interesting to see exactly what's going on and how they respond to this over the coming weeks. This was less than a month ago now when I'm filming this, so it'll be interesting to see what happens. Maybe Nikola will start to drift lower, but at the moment it's holding around this $25. What's the true valuation level? Who knows? I'm sure there's going to be more stuff come out. But just remember guys, we had this same kind of thing with Herbalife. If you remember Herbalife, Bill Ackman came out and he spent an awful lot of money showing how this company was a fraud. It was going to this, it was going to that. Awful lot of money. Very, very feasible arguments, great presentations, spent a lot of money convincing it. Looked very, very convincing. But he was wrong. At the end of the day, Herbalife is trading at $50 a share, and he lost a lot of money in a short, and it just didn't work out for him. So you've got to take things with a pinch of salt. Sometimes it looks like it's right, sometimes it looks good, it makes logical sense. But again, we don't know what's going on behind the scenes. We don't know what we can believe, but it's interesting. This is the kind of stuff that's going on, especially we've got big companies like Nikola. I don't think I've seen a company this big being attacked so much by a short selling report like Hindenburg or Muddy Waters or Citroen. But anyway, interesting. I thought I'd share it with you guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. What do you think? Let me know. Do you think this is a fraud? Give me a prediction for your stock price. This will be a nice one. What do you think the stock price is going to be in a year's time? 6 months. Let's call it 6 months time. 6 months time. Where do you think the stock price is going to be? Going to be nearer to $5 or nearer to $80? Let me know in the comment section below, guys. Take care. See you next one. Bye bye.